This is the one that I built for Veronica's Recumbent. So it is completed, and as you can see, that chain is level, or fairly level. It's as level as I need it to be to clean it, which is what I was after, and that's why I made it the way that I did. Okay, here we go. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to build a recumbent stand today. So I've done a little bit of a drawing of that, so I'll show you what that is. Because the recumbent is in a T-section tadpole style, so I need to do a T-section, and I've jotted down some measurements in that here. I'm going to use these for the angles. Now, they're not exactly the same. There's 10mm difference here, as you can see. That's in tight, and that there's a curve there and a line through here. So I'm going to have that down like that. So we're going to have a few of these like this. There'll be a joint there, and there'll be a joint over there. Like, let's get that right, like that. So there's our T, and then on the top of these we will have these. So they will sit on the top like that, and then that one over there will sit like that. And so that will be our system that we're going to use. And so, and our glue, of course, put it all together. So, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to cut off our length. Cut all of the lengths that we need to begin with. From my motor box, I've got no electric tools. I'm not using any electric tools. Well, I do have some electric tools, but I'm using hand tools for this because I don't have, I've got a jigsaw, but I don't have an electric saw that will do the trick, and the jigsaw is very small. Here we go. So I've got my notebook over here with my measurements on it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the main member, which is 545mm long. So I'll get that in, and we will mark that off here, 545mm. That's our main piece. And on top there it is there. Okay. So, now this doesn't have to be precise, but it's going to be relatively precise, and it's going to be noisy. I'll grab some sandpaper, and I'll give that a bit of a sand. Okay, we'll just knock this burr off. Doesn't have to be square, doesn't have to be perfect, because it's going to go into the joints, just like that. So, and that is our main piece. So I'm just going to mark that so that I know that is our number one. Our number one piece. And I will cut the other pieces from that. Now, the other pieces that I need to cut are the two front pieces, so I'll do those. One is 150 and the other one's 160. Remember, because where we join this main beam that's coming on, you'll notice that that's 10mm there, and that's not the main beam, that's a piece of wood. That's the main beam there, number one. Okay, so I've got 10mm extra on this side than I do on that side. So I need to have one a little bit shorter and the other one a little bit longer. Otherwise it will not be symmetrical. Okay, so now we'll cut these 150mm. and 160 mil. Okay, yeah, that's the short side, which is going into the long side there. So what I want to do is make sure that I've got this marked off correctly. So this will be number 2. And so I've just marked it off so that I can tell which goes with what, so that I don't get confused with it all. Now that goes on the opposite side, so that goes on that side there, so we'll mark that off, and that will be number 3. So 3 little stripes, just so that I don't get those muddled up. That is the most important thing, because one is longer than the other, as you can see. Okay, so those are all my T-section. That's that done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the uprights. So when you look at that like that, you can see that these are the uprights, and so that is going to stand like that, and it's going to come up there. Okay. Height I wanted to be 220. Now 220 is the distance that I have currently from the crossbar on the trike to the ground. So when I add these, I'll use this piece here. So when I add these, it's actually going to, as you can see, raise it up. 220 in there. You're going to have this bit at the bottom there. It's going to hold the tyres, because I don't need the tyres to be far off the bench. They just need to be off the bench so that I can actually freewheel, turn everything, and everything works correctly. Well, and I'm going to do them all 220, even though the back is only 130 millimeters from the main beam to the ground, just before the back wheel. It's only 130 millimeters, but I want my chain to be straight when I'm cleaning it. So I'm going to make it 220, the same. That way my chain will be level when I'm done, as you'll see when I'm finished with this. Okay, those are the uprights. Okay, that's the cutting of those now, for now. There is some more cutting to be done, so I may as well do that before I go too much further. And that is, I want 3 of these. That one. 2, 3 of these. What I'm going to do with these is I am going to cut, because this is going to go on the top, so I'm going to cut off the top half of that so that the frame sits inside the curve. Okay, so that's what I'm about to do. So I'm going to cut that. Okay. Use that as a straight edge. And as I said, it's not engineering 101 or anything like that, so it just needs to be close. Yeah. Same thing on this side, approximately in the middle. Get this to stand still for a moment. There we go. You can get as precise as you like with this stuff. As I say, I'm just doing this by eye and fairly close. Doesn't have to be perfect because there are angles involved where like this, and it's going to go on straight. So the cross beam, when it sits in here, the cross beams are angled like this, so it's going to sit in there like that. It's not going to sit flush. So, and I'm not going to bend this. I can get a heat torch and all that sort of thing, but really it's unnecessary, as you will see when I'm done. So you can get as fancy as you want to, or you can keep it as simple as you like. So that's the way that we're going to flow with that. Probably wondering what this is for. Once I've cut these out, I will glue these into those sections there so that when it doesn't damage my paintwork when it's sitting in here. So that's what that's for, and that's why the scissors are there. Cut that off for that. There we go. There's one. I may sand these down a little bit more later on, but we shall see how we go. I'll do that once it's all. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is we are going to put number 1 pipe into that cross section there. Okay, that's going to go in there. We're going to do our T section up. We've got our 3 on that side and our 2 on that side. So once we've got that done, it doesn't matter which way over she goes. Down. Okay. 7.5 inches. That's it. That's good. All surfaces must be clean. Just to make sure they're clean. We've already done our sanding on that, so it's all clean. It's all good. Okay. Now, go on the inside. Nearly went on the outside there. Be very careful that we don't do this in the wrong order. That's what I was afraid of, just getting a little bit of rubbish on there. There. Okay. I've knocked one of these over in the past, and let me tell you something, it's very messy. So my advice is don't knock it over. A little bit of pressure to make sure that we're all the way in. Okay, give it a couple of minutes to dry, set. Any excess. Okay. no recumbent will sit in there, no problem at all. Okay, and that is that. We'll leave that to harden. Make sure that that's well closed. Now, to put in, get out of there. Putting my rubber on that side there, so I'm going to cut that off just there. See if that glue will. Don't know if this glue is good for this, but we'll give it a go. But there you have it. That's a recumbent stand. All done. A little bit crooked, that one on the back there, but hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. As long as it does the job, which I believe that it will do. In fact, I know that it will do it. So there we go. Till next time. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this short clip, and don't forget to please share this as far and wide as you possibly can, and hit the like, the subscribe, and ring the bell if you'd like to be notified when we next put up a video. So hopefully we'll be doing that on a more regular basis, but you never know. It all depends on what life throws at us. So there we are. Till next time, God bless.